Chris Evert. Picturesque harbor town, Hilton Head, South Carolina. Sea Pines Plantation, home of the Family Circle Cup, the first big money women's tournament. Its annual spring coming out party has showcased a parade of tennis ingenues. 16 years ago, the 19-year-old winner, Chris Evert. 1979, Tracy Austin, a winner at 16. In 85, Gabriela Sabatini stole the show at 14. At 16, Steffi Graf's first pro title was here. And last year, Natasha Zvereva, a finalist at 17. 1990, and today it's 14-year-old sensation Jennifer Capriati. Capriati, the Florida phenom in the far court, has advanced to today's semifinal with this win yesterday against Canada's number one, Helen Kelsey. In just her third pro tournament, Capriati has awakened and excited the tennis world with her engaging teenage manner, belying her powerful shot-making. Standing room only crowds now have reason to believe tennis indeed has a new star. And she's in the semifinals as NBC Sports proudly presents the 18th annual edition of the Family Circle Cup. It's cloudy and in the 60s in South Carolina, and a standing room only crowd enthusiastic as it has been all week long. Many of them here at the Family Circle Cup to see how good is Jennifer Capriati. Hello, everyone. I'm Dick Enberg. Well, we wanted ourselves, and frankly, after seeing her this week, she's better than we had thought. You can judge for yourself as she and the semifinals will meet Natasha Zvereva, the number one player from the Soviet Union, and the winner of the semifinal today will take on the number one seed Martina Navratilova tomorrow. The first surface, the clay, she won back in 1974, just prior to winning her first Wimbledon. It was a banner year for Evert, who went on to take the Family Circle Cup 8 times, and of course Wimbledon 3 times, and now we include her on our NBC Sports team, and we royally welcome you aboard.
Thank you very much.
It's a nice transition. What great timing for Capriati. You retire, she steps in, and everyone says this is the next Chris Evert. How do you react to that?
Well, I think America has been looking for a new tennis player, and there have been a lot of complaints with all the players coming out of Europe, the Steffi Grafs, the Boris Beckers. It's like, what's happening to American tennis? And now everyone can be silenced because this little girl is a great tennis player.
Is she another Chris Evert? They liken her to your style?
I think our styles are very, very similar, and that's due largely to the fact that my father did coach her at a young age, but I think that's where the similarity ends because she's more powerful, she's stronger, and you'll see that when you see her coming to the net, which I avoided like the plague. And quite frankly, she's a much better athlete than I was at 14.
Should she beat Zvereva today?
I don't think she's going to have any problem with Zvereva because Zvereva does not have one big weapon to hurt Jennifer. And Jennifer, she's on a roll. I mean, she's so excited to be playing professional tennis, and I think she's going to win this match.
Well, on her first network appearance, you're about to judge for yourself. Jennifer Capriati, the ball will be in the air right after this.
The 18th annual Family Circle Cup is brought to you by Kraft, which brings you good food and good food ideas. By AFTA, Aftershave Skin Conditioner. Nothing's more soothing. AFTA by Menon. By Hormel, the name for good food. And by Mazda Cars and Trucks. Mazda, it just feels right.
Jennifer Capriati and Natalia, her formal name, Natasha, the nickname, and she prefers that, Zvereva, and so it will be. Capriati, and that bright orange warm-up, is now 12-2 as a professional. She's already won $36,000 in her first 2 tournaments and is $20,000 richer already in this Family Circle, and will earn another 20 if she gets to the finals tomorrow against Martina Navratilova, and that's what everyone is looking forward to. But she has to beat the number one player from the Soviet Union, Natasha Zvereva, who upset Martina Navratilova in the semifinals last year here at Hilton Head and lost to Steffi Graf in the final. She is off to a good start in 90. She's won 17, lost 4, and won her first 2 pro titles at Brisbane and Sydney in January. What's her strength, Chris Zvereva?
Well, Natasha has a great baseline game. The most feared shot she has, however, is her drop shot, and I think she has to use that against Jennifer. You know, jerk her around the court, move her up and back, and I think you'll be seeing a lot of drop shots this match.
Capriati to serve, semifinals. Interestingly, Zvereva won the toss and elected to receive. Did not want to serve to open the match. At all on that backhand. Would you have made Capriati serve first had you won the toss?
I think to shake off the nerves, it's always good to receive.
Lethal backhands to open the match. 30 love.
Watch for that down the line backhand. I think that's Jennifer's favorite shot.
So on the third point of the match, she wins the point at the net, but more importantly, came to the net early.
Well, Natasha used a good strategy, but her drop shot really wasn't short enough.
A little long on the overhead. But, and this is what has excited the people in the world of tennis who have already stamped greatness on her. The fact that she's eager. She wants to force the play. She wants to be aggressive. And she holds to open the semifinals of the 18th annual Family Circle Cup. After her third pro tournament, she'll now have a ranking in the Virginia Slims computer. She'll be 29 as of today. There are her strengths, Chris.
Well, her ground strokes are unbelievable, powerful and accurate, especially that down-the-line backhand. She's handling the pressure well. She's very composed on the court. Boy, is she tenacious. I think movement could be a key to this match. It's obvious that Natasha has been wrong-footed a lot, so I think she really needs to move well and anticipate well.
Yeah, the power, though, of Capriati's strokes. You have to be moving to cover the court.
What Natasha has to do, I feel, is really mix up the pace. You know, give her a lot of junk, give her a lot of slice balls, give her a lot of top spin. Just really confuse her a little bit.
Kelsey did that yesterday and forced a third set. Textbook. No wonder she's an all-A student as an 8th grader.
Jennifer's certainly showing us what an all-court player she is. She's just not a baseliner, but she really likes to get up there and volley, too.
So 2 break points here in the second game for Capriati. There's an answer from the Soviet.
Well, she mixed it up. I mean, she hit a topspin shot, and then she hit a flat shot, and it confused Jennifer. She got her out of the court.
One breaker erased by Zvereva. But Capriati breaks early and takes a 2-love lead. Along with a game that obviously is very, very impressive and is being noted by not only the fans here at Hilton Head, but the press, she still is delightfully 14. And obviously we'll lose that someday, but gee, it's precious to see her as a kid as well. I mean, she doesn't realize really how great she is, at least doesn't show it.
Right now, she's having a lot of fun with all this attention, and the media and the money doesn't seem to faze her at all. But as we all know, as we get older, it will start to take its toll a little bit.
Well, it's not that Steffi Graf ever had the personality of Capriati, but you can certainly see it from the 16-year-old Graf who won her first pro title here 4 years ago to the Graf that's so unapproachable now.
She must have come to the net already in this match about 10 times.
That was about the first 10 years of your career,
I
wasn't
know.
it?
Thank you, Dick.
So Jennifer Capriati continues to impress as she has all week long. 13 a week ago. At 13, she was the cover girl on Sports Illustrated. What was her reaction to that?
I was shocked. I went to it, and I put it all behind the other magazines because I'd be shy and embarrassed to see my friends see that. While I'm seeing that, I would be like, oh, my God, I'm on the cover of that magazine.
Love 15. It's a nice answer.
She's so great. But, you know, she's not a giggly schoolgirl out on the tennis court. I mean, she is off the court, but what you're seeing now is really intensity.
Sprayed that backhand. Well, the fact that you would describe her as tenacious, and that was one of the qualities we all admired in you, it's a high compliment. So don't be fooled by the outer appearance, huh?
Right. Well, I don't think Jennifer Capriati is any longer just a baseline player. I think she's the most versatile 14-year-old we've seen.
Forcing the play again, coming to the net. And now a second ball, a point away from a 4-love lead in this opening set. At the net again for Capriati. Bud Collins is with his wife Mary Lou in Toronto, and we wish her all our very best, and will join us tomorrow. And in his stead is Gail Gardner.
All right, thank you, Dick Enberg. With me, Tracy Austin, a woman who won this tournament in 79 and 80, and someone who had success in the sport at a young age. What's the best advice that you can give to someone like Jennifer?
I think she's doing everything really right. I think, you know, they're really prepared to go slow, but she's winning everything. I mean, it looks like she's going to be in the finals tomorrow. She seems to be doing everything right, and I think that she can only get better. You know, I think what I'm impressed with out there is her power. I mean, she's so strong. She's so tall. already at 14, and, you know, she can only get bigger and better. Her serve is already really hard, as you've seen, and she just hits with so much more power than Zvereva. She's overpowering her on clay court.
Okay, Tracy Austin, thank you very much. Let's go back to Dick.
Thank you, Gail. Great to see Tracy Austin. She's recovered from that tragic accident and looks terrific. And she was the young star of the future, and everyone thought here's going to be a great, great player, and was indeed, but her career short-lived.
See, she misses the easy ones, just like the rest of us hackers.
That was easy.
It's interesting you mentioned Tracy Austin and Andrew Yeager. Both were stars when they were younger and forced out of the game really because of injuries. Now we have a rule, and I'll get to that later.
Well, without the rule, Capriati would have been pro last year, right?
Right. The rule is you must wait till you're 14, and even when you're 14, you can only play 10 major tournaments. When you're 15, it's up to 12 major tournaments, and 16 it's unlimited.
Capriati storming to a 5-love lead in the first. Start our Saturday Sports Showcase, so stay with us throughout the afternoon. 5-love, Capriati with a 10-1 edge in winners in this first set.
Natasha has to start thinking of a new strategy, I think, at this point. I mean, she's getting blown off the court, and she's really not taking any chances at taking the initiative. She's letting Jennifer just run all over her.
But if you don't have the weapons, what can you do?
Well, you don't stay at a losing game, that's for sure. I mean, I've seen her play where she's hit winners all over the court.
A year ago, in fact, in the semifinals.
Right.
It's Martina. Even try a little serve and volley just to see how Capriati reacts. No one has really offered that challenge yet, and you know she's going to get it tomorrow if she gets to the finals. Now, yesterday, Capriati against Helen Kalesi of Canada won the first set 6-2 and had a 3-love lead in the second, and then started to fall apart a bit, and Kalesi played brilliantly, and Capriati started to make mistakes and lost that second set, and then rallied to win in the third 6-1. Whoa. Talk about hitting the high limb. Tomahawk that one.
Hitting the ball on the rise.
And a double set point.
Two-handed backhand on the rise, cross-court winner. Helen Kalesi actually was Jennifer's toughest match so far in this tournament.
And so the first set to Capriati, most impressively, 6-love. And on that point, Chris Everett, perhaps the biggest win of her young pro career came in the quarterfinals when she defeated the French Open champion, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. And, of course, Sanchez, this is her surface clay, and Jennifer beat her in straights.
Oh, it's interesting because Jennifer won the junior French title, and Arantxa won, I don't want to say the senior, but the pro French title, and they played each other, and the junior won.
And that's something you'll see from Capriati, and we haven't commented yet. She has one gear, and that is all out. Even in critical points where she could play it more safely, she goes for the line.
She has no margin for error at all. And that's what happened yesterday in the second set against Helen Kalesi. She went for too much and made a lot of errors.
Jumping forehand, remindful of someone else.
Steffi Graf. I think Steffi still has the most feared forehand in the game, but after watching this match today, I don't know.
Maybe not as strong, but certainly in the league, isn't she, in
Yes.
terms of power? And remember, she's hitting these clean winners on the slowest surface. How is she going to play on hard court or at Wimbledon?
Well, here again, Jennifer, she's so accurate. I mean, that was like 3 inches from the line. Jennifer will be an all-court player.
What will be her best surface, do you predict?
I tell you what, right now, still it would be a slower surface because she doesn't have a serve and volley. Yes.
Well, tough. Mid-court, mid-air forehand.
That's foreign to Natasha. Unfortunately, that's what you have to do to beat Jennifer. It's really going to take a game like Martina Navratilova to beat her.
Martina defeated Regina Rakitova in the semifinal match preceding this one and is in the finals. And time permitting, we'll show you some of that action. And, of course, we anticipate, as it's going now, Capriati, the young phenom, against one of the great players in the game. Martina, that would be tomorrow. Resort area, Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, and we're on the Sea Pines Plantation, and you're looking down from the MetLife blimp. Pleased to have them aboard, and captained today by Mike Fitzpatrick and Alan Judd. 5,600 the capacity, and you just can't get a ticket. Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Jack Jones, one of the fathers of this event, said just first time ever in its 18 years sold out. And of course, this young woman, the main reason.
Martina Navratilova's name doesn't hurt either. A
right.
tournament like this. Good strategy. Natasha has to do more of that. And for her to come to the net, that is taking a chance. But she's certainly not winning from the baseline.
Return by Capriati right on the baseline.
Wow.
Paints the line. 30 all.
Well, you put a dime on a court, and Jennifer will hit it. That's all I can say.
Well, you've indicated you weren't this good at 14. Were you this good when you turned pro at 18?
Probably not. You have to understand, Jennifer right now is playing like a top 4 player. And I retired at number 4, so I don't even know if last year I could have beaten her the way she's playing now.
Well done. Zvereva has her first game. It's 1-all in the second.
Here again, this is what Natasha needs to do. Come to the net. Great overhead. It's very intimidating for players, especially younger players, to play Jennifer because they don't know how she plays. So maybe she's taking this set just to figure out, you know, her game. Natasha's hitting a lot harder. You know, she's probably said to herself, okay, 6-love, over in 15 minutes. I can't play the way I did. I've got to hit the ball harder.
There's an ace for Capriati, and she'll have some success with that serve. It's big, and on a faster surface, she'll really rack up some aces. Good return. Like Steffi Graf, she really marches to that baseline. She can't wait to get the next ball in play, Capriati. Missed that line, and a break chance for Zvereva.
She's got touch, too. It's another thing she has in her game. Beautiful shot.
Now the second break point for Zvereva.
You know, Jennifer has to watch out because yesterday against Kelsey, she was up 6-2, 3-love. Had a letdown and lost that set because it was too easy for her. And now she could be in that situation right now. She really has to concentrate here.
Yeah, she just seems to be hurrying through this, doesn't she?
Yeah. Watch her forehand here. Forehand flick. Very similar to Steffi Graf's. Don't try it, though, if you're a club player.
Why not?
You won't have the same results. It's not teachable.
And a third chance for us. Natasha.
Jennifer's coming in again. I think this is a obvious weakness with Jennifer, that backhand volley, one-handed. I would like to see her hold on to that other hand a little longer. It would give her more power if she held it on longer.
Forced error and a costly one for Zvereva with that break chance. Back to deuce in the longest game of the match. Zvereva with a chance to take the lead for the first time in the set. She'll be 19 next week.
Is middle age for women's tennis now. You know, I think that the tennis players are becoming more like the swimmers and the gymnasts, starting earlier, therefore they'll burn out or retire earlier.
So the days of you look for the peaks to be in the 25 to 27 range, that's old age, huh?
Those days are over. Peaking now is 18.
So 4 chances for Zvereva to take a 2-1 lead here in the second set. Each knocked away by Capriati. Combination of wonderment and disbelief in the face of the Soviet.
Well, Jennifer does have an advantage because these players don't know her patterns yet. If she should have any patterns, you know, it's very difficult to play someone who's new on the scene because you have no idea what their strengths and weaknesses are.
Like the baseball rookie hitter who goes around the league the first time hitting 400 and the second time around 100.
Right. The second year is the telltale year.
Jennifer Capriati survives. 4 break chances for Zvereva. It's 2-1 on serve in the second. Beautiful scene. Sun trying to break through, and the match statistics as we go to the 4th game of the second set look this way. Obviously, the winners column should be impressive for Capriati, and they are.
Well, Jennifer, when you go for broke, you're going to make a lot of winners, and you're going to make some errors also. The errors are the same. The winners, there's a big difference there, and that's why Jennifer's winning so easily.
Natasha Zvereva serving 1-2 in the second after blanked in the first set, 6-love. Hit the line. 15 all.
It's not attractive to watch, but it's not a bad strategy hitting those moon balls.
Slow her down.
Slow her down. It forces her to be really far behind the baseline, so she really can't hit those winners.
Premature, but the way it's going, we might indeed see this young woman at 14 go against the veteran, 33-year-old Martina Navratilova, who's lost only once all year.
She's had a lot of experience with baseliners also.
Maybe the power game, and Martina against the passing game. Capriati. At the net, Zvereva.
This shows Natasha's touch. She has very good hands, very quick hands. Just angles that volley.
Another baseline. So Zvereva holds at 2-all. Let's go to Gail.
Okay, Dick, thank you very much. We're with Stefano, Jennifer's father and primary coach. As a coach with the critical eye of a coach, how is she doing today?
She's playing beautiful. She's like Rocky there on the tennis court. She's playing. She's hitting the ball very well. She's moving Zvereva very well around. So she's playing very well. Playing very tough.
How has all the attention affected the family?
Nothing, because when we go home, we forget everything. Just when we close the door behind the house and whatever we have, we forget everything. We don't speak about, and that's all.
Okay, Stefano, let's go back to Dick.
Stefano, native Italian, a former stuntman in the movies, a pretty good hacker himself.
And a great cook.
That's what they do when they lock the doors. He goes into the kitchen. A backhand from Zvereva and a better answer from Capriati.
It seems to me the harder you hit the ball to Jennifer, the more she likes it, you know? She hits a winner back.
Plus 13 in winners. Couple great defensive lobs to stay in the point and win it.
She's an exciting player to watch, isn't she?
Oh. And it's a lot of qualities that capture the eye of the sports fan. You start with talent, but then there's personality and the charisma. And she seems to have the entire package.
Yeah, she does. And the modesty, too.
Going for it again.
She's really taken that ball on the rise. I mean, I think she's been watching Steffi Graf hit a few forehands. Steffi still has the most feared forehand in the game. There's no doubt about it.
And she hasn't even touched upon her talent as a serve and volley player. Hasn't really had to.
Hasn't needed to. She's been number one without a serve and volley.
Zvereva, who had 4 chances to break in the last service game for Capriati, has another here to go up 3-2. Got a miss hit that really had a lot of English on it. Capriati can't handle it. A break for Zvereva. She has the lead in the second. We'll be back after these words from your local station. Capriati, the story thus far in this 1990 tennis year as we open our coverage on NBC Sports on our way to the French Open, Roland Garros and its red clay, and famed Wimbledon this summer. I'm Dick Enberg with Chris Everett. Dale Gardner with us on the court side. Bud Collins will join us tomorrow. And for the first time, Natasha Zvereva sees a bigger number on the scoreboard behind her name after dropping the first set 6-love. She leads up a break 3-2 here in the second.
Well, Natasha certainly is playing better the second set, but I think this shows Jennifer's lack of experience, where she wins easily and then lets up a bit.
But that isn't just the young players that are guilty of.
Right. This, to me, is one of the most feared shots in tennis. Look how close to the net she hit that drop shot.
30 all. What did you tell yourself? You'd win a first set, breeze through one, and now you'd start the second. And, you know, what do you do to kick yourself to say, now I got to really pounce on this now, not let them up?
I think it's human nature, just to pause and to reflect on the first set and to enjoy it.
Meantime, your opponent is saying, I got to really dig in and fight
Right.
harder. So
Your opponent has nothing to lose, so they start playing better. You let up a bit, and before you know it, it's, 3-2 for them.
Bad luck off the net cord. And a chance to break back for Capriati. Tough to teach youngsters patience, regardless of whether it's sports or not. Some would say that's the only thing she has yet to learn is patience. Breaks back, it's 3-all. Zvereva, we first saw her in the French Open spotlight in the finals. Upset her way into the finals against Martina, and wish she hadn't. Lost 6-love and love. Whipping that forehand down the line. And yet, in chatting with you, Chris, you feel that if there's any weakness, you'd have to play to her forehand. Capriati's.
Well, you definitely can't be a baseliner because Jennifer just has the best ground strokes in the game right now, off both sides. I mean, you have to have a game like Martina Navratilova. You know, if Martina and Jennifer should be in the final tomorrow, Martina's going to win a lot of free points off her big left-hand serve, and Martina's going to chip and come in. And it's going to confuse Jennifer. She's used to playing baseliners.
That would be 2:30 tomorrow here on NBC. In the meantime, it's Jennifer Capriati up a set, 4-3 in the second. The yard of a couple of teenagers, Zvereva at 19, Capriati at 14. And the winner of the 1990 Family Circle Magazine Cup will take home Automobile Magazine's Automobile of the Year, a brand new Mazda Miata. Mazda, the official vehicle of this year's tournament. Capriati's 14. She'll have to let it sit in the garage for a couple years. You can get a driving permit in Florida at 15. Well, a big game for Zvereva. She's lost her breakup, and now at 3-4, she loses this one, and it's Capriati serving for the match.
Kind of shots she has to keep hitting. You know, again, even though it's not scintillating, exciting tennis, at least she's keeping Jennifer about 5 to 10 feet behind the baseline and preventing her from playing her aggressive game.
And then that sliced backhand, keeping the ball low, a little tougher for Capriati off that backhand side.
Slice backhand and some more drop shots. That's her best shot. She should use it more.
Well, the pace of that forehand from Capriati just ate up Zvereva. She couldn't get to it. 30-all. Capriati from the baseline, those ground strokes. And then seizing an opportunity. When you said that Capriati at 14 has the best ground strokes from both wings of anyone in the women's game today,
well, the key words are on both sides because we know Steffi Graf is the best forehand, but her backhand certainly isn't, you know, really a weapon yet. But off both sides, I think Jennifer and Celis are the strongest right now.
Too many options.
Very ambitious young girl. She wants it all.
Just an 8th grader. This would be the face tonight, Saturday night, a knock on the door. Oh, you're the 14-year-old babysitter. Come on in. You're the kids. She is already over $50,000 in earnings. She's a millionaire already with her racket and clothing contract.
She has a good manager.
Another advantage for Capriati, a break chance. John Everett, Chris's brother, is her manager. And, of course, Papa Jimmy was an early coach for 5 years. Broke a rule. He wouldn't take anyone until they were 5, until he saw Capriati, right?
I know. She was 4 when she came to my dad.
It's long. Capriati has taken a 5-3 lead and now serves for the match. Coming up next, NBC Sports unveils the Saturday Sports Showcase. Our premiere features championship boxing. A flamboyant Jorge Paez defends his IBF featherweight crown against Luis Espinoza, a rematch of their controversial draw of a year ago. It will be non-stop, furious boxing action. That's on Saturday Sports Showcase next on NBC Sports. There are hardly jabs that Capriati's been throwing at Zvereva. Those are full-fledged punches from both left and right sides. Points from victory. And what everyone hoped might happen, just because of the contrast in styles and ages and all the rest. Capriati, the youngster, against Navratilova, the great star. That would be tomorrow at 2:30. And it's the first time in 3 matches we've seen the semblance of a top spin lob from Capriati, but obviously that's in her arsenal as well.
I'm seeing a lot more shots than I thought Jennifer ever had. She's improved in 3 days.
Just missed the line. Capriati looks like she thought it was good. Good, she said. That won't hurt her either.
You mean she's a nice person, too? Nice, honest
In this game? Boy, she would never get into a country club as a tennis player.
I wonder when she's 25 if she'll do that, too. Great passing shot.
So that gives Zvereva a break chance. Mama Denise in the foreground in front of Papa Stefano. Serve to go 5-all in the second. Jennifer Capriati serving for a place in the finals against Martina Navratilova, and a spot on the court might be an issue. We'll see, because she acknowledged that a call was wrong right in that area. They've cleaned the tape, and Zvereva given the point when the linesman had called Zvereva's shot out. Zvereva goes on to break and now serves at 4-5. We'll see if that'll be an issue. Don't misunderstand that I would say that Capriati did anything wrong by disagreeing with the linesman. I thought that was tremendous. It was refreshing to see. Applauded just as hard as anyone in this crowd.
It's just rare to see.
Slipped and still got to it, but hits long. 15 all. She is not graceful yet, but what 14-year-old is? But she does have good court coverage.
Excellent. She wears a size 9 shoe. She doesn't like anyone to know that.
thanks a
but
lot.
I just told the world.
You think she'll get even bigger? She's about 5'6.5" now.
She'll get taller.
Zvereva must have felt like a pitcher charging a bunt to see the hitter square out and hit a line drive back through the box.
Well, Natasha, she knows the shot to play, but Jennifer really anticipated that drop shot really early.
Capriati sits on 2 match points. Love 6'4" for Capriati. Her nickname is Sparky, and she has sparkled again. And as she brought a new wave of excitement through this crowd here at the Family Circle Cup at Hilton Head Island all week long. And anyone who loves this game of tennis has to share what she potentially has to offer for her game. And the smile as well as the play tells you what a complete package it is. Jennifer Capriati earns a chance for the first time to play a legend, Martina Navratilova. That will be the finals tomorrow here at Hilton Head, and we'll get a chance to see Navratilova in action in the match that preceded this one as she won in straight sets as well. Jennifer Capriati, what can you say? Love and 4, and we'll hear from Capriati. Perhaps she has the words. Numbers in the semifinals: Capriati 6-love, 6-4 over Zvereva. Those you don't see, winners: Capriati 24-9. As she showed her aggressive, powerful game again to this standing room only audience. Martina Navratilova was equally impressive today and throughout this tournament. We'll see her in action, and we'll hear from Jennifer Capriati. She's down on the court with Gail Gardner. But first, let's go to New York and NBC update and opponent tomorrow in the finals of the Family Circle Cup. She went to the net 19 times, Gail Gardner, and came away with 14 points. She is an all-court player already.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dick. Jennifer, you ripped through that first set, 6-love, and then the match starts to turn a little bit. What was going through your head, and do you start to get a little scared?
Well, I thought I had everything, pretty much under control and going my way. And then she started playing well, and I started making more errors. But, I thought I wasn't going to let what happened yesterday happen again today. So I just tried to be mentally tough and just try to keep going and not let her back into the match.
Chris made the comment to me, and she asked me to say to you that you volleyed more today in this match than she did in her entire career.
I don't think so, but yeah, I came in a lot. I tried to, and just because she was hitting the moon balls, and I thought, I tried to attack him, and when I get the opportunity, come in, but be patient.
In the 10th game of the second set, you point out to the linesman that the ball was actually in, and you called it out. What was your motivation there? I got to tell you that most tennis players do not do that.
Well, I just wanted to be fair, and I saw the ball, it was like half on the line, half off, and I just thought, that wouldn't be fair if I saw it and the ball was good, and I just thought it was good, and I'd say, I just wanted to be fair.
Did you start to think at any point after that, hey, that might have cost me the match?
No, I thought, if great players, they can still be fair and not think, I shouldn't have done that, but I didn't think so. If you were mentally tough and and you're playing well, and not let that get to you. Just keep going.
Okay, we're going to take another look at that moment when the ball was called out by the linesman, and you actually went over and pointed out that that was in. Okay. That's what we're looking at right now. Why do you think perhaps that tennis players don't do that more often? Or is that something that just comes with age? As you grow up, you start to not want to give things away or be as honest as you are when you're young?
Well, I don't know. Maybe some players, they just want to win so bad and that they don't want to give it away, even if they did see it was right on the line. But I don't know. It's just something. I didn't think it'd be right if I saw it and not say anything.
Let me ask you about Martina, playing her for the first time tomorrow. You're playing a woman who is more than twice your age. She is a legend. She has a different style game than you have. Obviously, you've had some thoughts about this.
Yeah, well, I thought, first I'm really excited and I'm really psyched to be playing in the finals against her. And about how she plays, my sparring partner, he's pretty good at the serve and volley, and he's quick. And then the lefty serve, I'll just, he can serve a big serves like that. So I'll just have to get used to it in the morning and warm up like that. But I'm just really happy that I'm able to play, the great champion.
Let me ask you one last quick question. How is all the attention that you've had since we last saw you at Wimbledon, since we did the last interview that we did, how has all of that attention changed your life? Are things any different for you now?
No, because at school, some of the kids just want to be my friends because of my name. But my real friends, they pay no attention to that, and I'm normal. But the attention, I just block it out. And I kind of like it, and it's just if it gets to be too much, I just have to ignore it and get used to it.
Okay, just a normal 14-year-old who is turning out to be one of the best tennis players in the world. Let's go back to Dick.
Martina won the first set.